Hello, this is a step-by-step guide for how to complete the Into USF application process. Page 1. All of the instructions are included on page 1 of the application process. If you ever have any questions, you can go back and read the instructions here, as well as the supporting documents that are required in order to have a complete application. The application checklist is at the bottom of the first page. Please be sure that you have double-checked before submitting your application to Into. We start here on page 2. For today's example, we are going to pretend that the student is currently in high school in the US as an international student and is applying for an undergraduate pathway program. If you are representing the student, please make sure to put your name, and if you have an agency URN number, please put it in this box right here. Moving on, section 1 just asks for the student's details. It's very important that you provide accurate and correct information regarding the student's name as it appears in the student passport. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see there are 2 fields requesting information for address. Please make sure the student completes their permanent home country address in this section, including their current and used student's email address. This box down here is important for I-20 information. If the student requests that their I-20 be sent to an address in the US, you can certainly put that information here. If you would like the I-20 to come to you first so that you can provide it to the student directly, please enter your contact information in this box. For the purpose of this application, we are going to skip the English language programs in section 2 and scroll down to the next page where it says academic programs. This is the box for undergraduate pathway program applicants. If the student is requesting to start their program in the fall, you would check this box as well as select the accompanying major of study. If a student intends to be a business major, you would click business. If you have any specific questions about which type of major your student wants and what the appropriate box is to check, please ask me. You do not need to fill out any information in the graduate pathway programs unless your student is applying for a graduate program. Section 3 asks for student education history. The only real information you're going to need to put here is the name of the high schools attended by your student. If the student has been in attendance of high school in their home country, as well as one or maybe more schools in the US, please enter those names here. In addition, any information that you put here regarding secondary schooling, Into requires to be supported by documentation of transcripts. Please make sure the student submits original language official transcripts as well as English translations of those maybe non-English transcripts. Okay? Section 4, if the student has taken a TOEFL or IELTS test, please indicate that here as well as the accompanying score. If a student has taken an SAT or ACT, you can indicate that here as well as the date taken. Starting from section 5, this is information about what type of meal plan and accommodation students would like to request for their time on campus. Generally speaking, I always recommend that students choose the premium suites. This is one of the most popular suites on campus and allows students to really integrate with other American students on campus from day one. But you can find more information in the brochure or online about each of the separate types of accommodation costs. If you have any questions, let me know. Meal plan memberships. Students are required to have a meal plan if they are living on campus. All students need to choose one of these. For pathway students, I generally recommend Bull Block 165. They can always increase their program for more meals, but they cannot decrease it. Please select if the student would like an airport pickup, yes or no, very easy. And then again, section 6, the student needs to read each question, answer the question yes or no, and sign their initials next to it. The declaration, please have the student click these check marks. I have read and understood the brochure. I agree to pay all tuition and accommodation fees, etc., etc. And then if the student is 18 or older, they can sign here and date it. If the student is under 18, they need to both sign their name as well as have their parents sign for them. Section 7 is related to FERPA. Please make sure to put your name as a college counselor or an agent or a representative. Please put your institution or personal name in this box, as well as the student's name printed. And make sure to have the student sign in this box here. We do not accept electronic signatures, so you can print this out, have the student sign it, and scan it right back. The last page is the affidavit of support. This is only required to be filled out if the student is planning to pay from a bank account that is not their own. If a student's parents, for example, will be paying for their program here on campus, then the parent's name needs to be included on this first line, the amount that they're able to provide, the student's name, and the relationship, if that is, the student's mother or father or uncle. The signature of that family member or sponsor needs to come in this first line, as well as the signature and date of a witness. The witness does not have to be a bank official. It can be a family member or friend. The amounts required legally in order for the school to issue an I-20 are listed at the bottom. As you can see, an undergraduate pathway student requires about $37,800. This is the amount at the minimum that should be included on this line here. With that, you've completed the application. Pretty simple. If you have any questions, please make sure to contact me directly. In addition to this application, you will need to include the following documents: a copy of the student's passport, a copy of the student's current I-20 and I-94 card, a copy of the student's current official transcripts, as well as any transcripts they have taken here in the US or in their home countries. If the transcript is not in English, it needs to be accompanied by an official English translation. There is no cost to the student for this application. Into USF will handle all of the evaluation costs on behalf of the student, and we'll get back to you typically within a week or two with a result. Okay, thanks so much. This is Leanna. If you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you.